Hello everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to the My Player Career Mode. I hope you're all doing well. Again, I want to say a huge thank you for the support on the previous video. I keep setting these like targets and you guys are smashing it. So there is another like target today to get yourself another episode tomorrow. So let's see if we can do it again. So thank you so much for all of your support as of late. It means the world to kind of go through, see your comments and all the likes and such. So keep it up if we can, and that would be much appreciated. But we're back again today, and we start the day off with a game away at the Emirates, which of course will be live, but I decided to introduce it as post-com. We are the best defensive record team in the league at the moment, and this Arsenal side that we were facing, I was quite surprised to see it. So I felt pretty confident going into this game. Gabriel Martinelli leads the line for them. And we'll see our team very briefly as it pops up now. But without further ado, let's jump over to the live com for this first game. Oh, what a ball in by Maitland-Niles, and Joe Willock has struck the outside of the post. I was going to call this a weak Arsenal side, more weak than I was expecting. But De Gea was completely rooted as Joe Willock probably should have given the home side the lead. It was excellent technique on the volley, you have to say that. It's not an easy chance by any means, and the fact he nearly scored it is quality. But that's a bit of a wake-up call, because I was going to say this is quite a weak Arsenal team, but maybe not. We are a few seasons in, of course, so these young players that we're used to seeing at the start of the game might be pretty good by now. Martinelli, Saka, Willock, these type of players. But what will the response be there, then, to Manchester United nearly going behind here? What an effort by Joe Willock. Emre Can trying to do a bit of step-overs to get past the roller. He lost it in the process, and here is Willock again then. Strong start this from the home side. Here is Rabiot. 1-2 will allow us to get through. We're on the right foot, and it's found into the bottom corner. It's the first chance that we've had in the entire game so far, and boy did we take it well. Both central attacking midfielders now then with an opportunity. I'd say Willock's is definitely harder, but look at this for a quick 1-2. The touch as well, recognising that I could get behind of Jamal Lascelles, provided I just put the heavy touch, use my pace to get there. And then it was all about, can we finish on that weaker right side? Done it quite a few times in recent games. Maybe my weak foot's getting a little bit better. Of course, it is still only the one star, but we are definitely showing improvement when we are taking on these shots with our right foot. Our 6th of the season puts us ahead here at the Emirates. First change of the game for us is Martial on the field of play as the space opened up for us to take the shot on. Matthew Ryan, though, knew where it was going and caught it. We had just the one shot in the first 45, and that was the goal. But since then, we've come back out in the second half and are pretty much camped inside Arsenal's half here. So if there's anybody looking likely to grab the next goal in the game, it's probably going to be us. Rabiot into the feet of Munir, who can feed Rabiot again with a nice back heel. Except Rabiot's left-footed shot was not quite good enough to find the target, and it goes not only wide but also high as well. We're closing down the minutes here, where we're closing in on the win as well, but whenever it's just 1-0, we've seen that Arsenal can create, so we need to make sure we don't give them any opportunity of a way back into this game. Arsenal a bit sloppy in possession here in their defensive areas. Munir's cross towards the back post looking for Martial, and they're made to pay for their defensive error. 2-0 Manchester United, and that will be it for the game here. 17 or so minutes left. They cannot be doing things like that back there. Credit the work as well of Munir, who stole the ball back after they delayed the pass. And then after that, I actually wanted the pass here to the near post, but he saw Martial, who rose there at the back post up against, I think, Hakimi. And Martial has done it off the bench here for us. Very good header. He should be starting games, in my opinion. So too should Mane. But in fairness to Pereira and Dan James, they've not been doing badly at all in the team. I just think, you know, for overall quality, Martial, Mane, these are two of the best wingers in world football. Arguably, Martial could be a striker as well. But Munir, I've got to give him credit, because he has surprised me with how good he's actually been in this United side. I was a bit, I guess, apprehensive when Rashford left. I was not sure about how we were going to get on up front, but Munir has filled those boots excellently so far. 5 minutes to go in the game as Arsenal look for what would be a consolation goal. Martinez takes it well. Willock's shot is blocked. De Gea comes out to meet Brozovic, and it worked its way through. I think quite fortunately there, as De Gea made the save. I mean, it must have just bounced straight back off of Brozovic, but we reacted quickest to clear it away. If there's an Arsenal player there, as we're now substituted, and I did expect that because I'd asked for the sub anyway, 3 minutes from time. If Arsenal were there and reacted quicker, that would have been a tap-in. But in the end, they couldn't quite do it, and we were able to clear. So Fornals is on for a matter of minutes. Also, Greenwood is on for Munir as well. And all the changes have been made for us. But as time ticks away, it is going to be Arsenal 0, Manchester United 2. And it has been a very, very good defensive performance again. Our strong defensive record in the league will continue. We've conceded 4 in 9 before this game. And this will take us to 4 in 10, which is a great return. I think City are in there as well. They've got like 5 or 6. So it's the 2 Manchester clubs really that you need to watch out for right now in this Premier League, in this title race. Spurs obviously are up there as well, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to do it for the entire season or not, but we'll see how that goes. But what a performance it's been here at the Emirates. The early stages went the way of Arsenal. Willock hitting the post early on. We got the goal though to make it 1-0. And then of course Martial's header capped it off. Round 4 of the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, was played. We beat Birmingham by 4-0. Didn't play in it, I just simmed it. So we moved through to the, I want to say quarter-final, is it? Yeah, it's the quarter-final. We've been drawn against Huddersfield. So we've had a fairly easy run so far in the Carabao Cup. Birmingham last time. Before that, it was Fulham. I didn't play in that one either. I did, however, play in the Stoke win, 3-0 away from home. So next up is Huddersfield. And then after that, it'll be the semi-finals. So we're progressing very nicely in that. But next up for us, though, in the Premier League, it's another tricky test. It's 4th-placed Everton. And I did say it's the 2 Manchester clubs right now at the top of the table. And there you go, 10 games in, exactly the same points. But City's goal difference, look at that. 30 goals scored, only 5 conceded. We can match them on the defensive record, not quite so much on the attacking record, though. Everton and Liverpool make up the rest of the top 4, so it's a Merseyside closing out top 4. It's quite interesting to see that. The 2 Manchester clubs fighting just for the top spot by 2 points, and then Everton and Liverpool fighting for 4th and 3rd at the moment in time. Spurs, of course, not too far behind either. But let's see what we have in store then when we welcome Everton to Old Trafford. They will want to win this game to continue their good run of form. And our record at the moment is still intact of a goal every game in terms of goal contributions. So let's keep that also. One change to the Manchester United side that just played against Arsenal. Kerr comes in at centre-back. Out, of course, goes Skriniar. For Everton, though, here is their starting 11 on your screen. It's captained by Tom Davies, who starts in a midfield 3 involving Bracalo and Richarlison. Odegaard leading the line for them as it looks like a decent Everton side. I can't really complain. It's a strong team and it will be a good game this, I feel like. And we are off here at Old Trafford then for this one. 2 evenly matched sides, you could say, before kick-off. Who will be the one to step up and have the quality when it matters in the game? Has already played the ball out of play. Not one of my finest passes. Here is Richarlison. As Richarlison turns past Brandon Williams, sends the cross in. And Kerr can head it away. It's a poor clearance, though, by Williams, who gave it straight back to Everton. Not what you want to see. And that battle on the right-hand side for Everton, the left-hand side for Manchester United, could be crucial to whoever wins this game between Richarlison and Brandon Williams. Keep your eyes on that one. I will say as well, another player crucial here for Everton could be Tom Davies, because remember, with our unbelievable defensive record that we're putting up in the early stages of this season, no team has really been able to make too many chances against us, so he could be the one to make this Everton side tick. At the moment, we're approaching half an hour, and it's been the case of both 2 teams just kind of cancelling each other out. We've not really seen too much from either side yet. Here is Tom Davies looking to try and get in behind. He's gone down in and around the penalty area. Nothing given by the referee. I think it would have only been a free kick anyway. I don't think it was quite inside the area as Pereira wasteful in possession. And that's something that we've done quite a few times in this first half. Not being good enough in keeping the ball when we've been in attacking areas. Jedvai here is able to play that away towards Walker-Peters. And that does us for the first half of football. Scrappy, sloppy are 2 words I'll use to describe our play. Everton at the moment trying to find a way through our resilient defence. Without that, they probably would have had a couple of chances. So I can see this being a 0-0 game. But then again, there's enough quality on that pitch to find a goal in the second half. We've just not seen it yet. Richarlison into the feet of Davies. 15 minutes to play. Are we heading for our first draw of the season? Unless Davies picks out Edouard, and that's the first save that David De Gea has had to make. And it was vital that he did that. He's had absolutely nothing to do today, as have neither really goalkeeper. But when called upon, they need to pull off saves like that. And that's exactly what David De Gea has done. Excellent goalkeeping. I was about to say, are we heading for our first draw of the season? Well, I'll shut up for a second, because now pressure is on us. as David De Gea has it in his hands. 13 minutes to play. Nothing happening in the game until now. And De Gea makes 2 saves in a row. Good goalkeeping. Davis with a pick out. Richarlison! Oh, that is ridiculous! What are you doing, David De Gea? What was I saying about heading to a draw? We're not. We're gonna lose. And this game had either a 0-0 or one team was going to take it by a 0-0 written all over it. It's just two so evenly matched. I mean, De Gea. Just praised him moments before this for the save that he makes. He should save that. He should save that. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that David De Gea should save that header from Richarlison. It's not powerful. It hasn't got the pace behind it. That should have been routine for our goalkeeper. Mitchell Weiser into the feet of James. We look for a response. Near post. Walker-Peters will win the first header. Bastos can find the feet of Andre Gomez, who just clears it away. And at the moment, I don't see a way back into the match for us. We've not created anything really worthy of mentioning. As AWB's pass towards the feet of Tony Martial. He's now trying to find a way through. Blocked in the end. Rabiot's going to feed us the ball here. Looking for maybe to hit the shots. We got power behind it, but not the accuracy. Just whizzes past that bottom corner. And that pretty much sums up our day. That's going to be it. Richarlison, the goal scorer here. 30 seconds left, and that is it. From Old Trafford, Everton 1, Manchester United 0. I'm not really sure what to say about the game. I don't think either side deserved to win it. I don't think either side deserved to lose it. It pretty much should have been a draw, and it should have been if David De Gea wanted to save Richarlison's header. But what it does mean is that's now our second defeat of the season after the Burnley defeat. And with the run of games that we had, when I mentioned about the test coming up, this is one of the first ones that we had since the Liverpool game, and we couldn't do it. So that's frustrating more than anything. Frustrating indeed. And watching it back there, I actually realised that when I took the shot on, Emre Can had made a run, and he was pretty much through on goal. So I should have played the pass into him, and that was my bad. I'm sure you guys spotted that. Had I have played the pass, surely he would have scored to make it 1-1. So in future, I need to keep an eye and see that run. It was right in front of me. I don't know how I didn't realise that he was through. So yeah, that looks pretty bad on my part for taking the shot on. But after that, we took on Standard Liège. And this game, of course, if we win it, means we are through the group as group winners. We won't even need to play out the final 2 games here. So provided we win this, I will not have to worry about playing any of those 2. I'll sim them purely to avoid injury, purely to avoid potentially picking up a yellow card or something stupid like that, because we don't want to be suspended later on in the competition. But yeah, we still had the job to do. We still had to win the game. And into the second half, we did find the opening goal. Andres Pereira converting after we cut it back inside the penalty area. Very good finish on his left foot as well into the bottom corner. No chance for the goalkeeper. But it was just another routine game for us, really. Especially at home with the home fans behind us. We had to get this one on the board. But to be fair, De Gea did have something to do. 22 minutes or so to go. They did a nice little exchange of passes. Got in behind our defence. Laid it back like we did for our goal. But De Gea was equal to the save. And I did get on the score sheet as well. Before I was going to go off, I was asking for a substitution, and so I had just enough time in order to find a goal. It wasn't the best finish in the world. It wasn't completely in the corner, but it went through a couple of bodies, and I think that was what caused the goalkeeper not to be able to see it, and that was probably why the ball went in. But anyways, 2-0. It is our group secured. We are top of it. And we can now relax into those final 2 games of the group stages. But for the final game of today, we travel to Selhurst Park to take on Crystal Palace as their lineup pops up on the screen. Again, we will be live for this game, and you are in for a real treat here. Let me just say that. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it. Here is McTominay, takes the ball under control. Good pass as well will find us. We've got Brandon Williams on the left-hand side, completely unmarked. As we now try to work our way in towards the Palace penalty area. Off to Dan James, who can find the unmarked Emre Can. His shot had a deflection, which took a little bit of the fizz off it. And it meant that it was a simple stop for the goalkeeper. But it's a shot nonetheless for us. And you can see by the stats there, 1 apiece so far for both teams. Palace is coming from a free kick into our penalty area, which is headed wide and massively wide as well, which is why you didn't see it. But again, 40 minutes in, and I'm noticing as well, it's not just been this episode. We're always having very slow starts in the first half. And then, like clockwork, we end up finding a goal towards the back end of it. And that's been something that I'm seeing a lot of. Very slow starts to games. James and McTominay combine passes really well. Here is Dan James. We release him. Has he got the composure here? He has, and he turns. Finds McTominay again. Travers with the save. First half, we were awful. 5.5 match rating from me says it all. That tells you the story of the first half. We need to improve in the second. And we now have a corner which Martial will take. Substituted on here as well. What can he do? Sends it in. I'm never going to win that against Milivojevic, but here is De Gene anyway. Finds with the pass, and now the pass off to Dan James again, who forces Rosario into the block. I will get the opportunity to take the resulting corner. Where can I send this? Into a dangerous area, hopefully, for us to head it home. The delivery, though, is met by Kaputska. We've got no challenge inside the Palace penalty area right now on any sort of delivery in there. Here is James, finds us. Now Munir is through. Offside, maybe? Yes, it's in anyway. But it's not going to count. The Everton defeat that we were handed has seemingly knocked out the confidence in this team right now, because we're playing like a shadow of the side that went 8 unbeaten in the Premier League. Or 8 wins on the bounce as well. I mean, he's a foot, like literally just a foot offside, but it is offside, so he can't complain. It was a great finish nonetheless by Munir, who hasn't done a lot today. 26 minutes to go, and I said this during the Everton game, we were heading for a draw, and this, again, is the same story. Now, the difference here is Palace haven't threatened once. We've not even been under pressure, really, in the game. Whereas against Everton, we were. I can't see them scoring to make it 1-0, but we need someone to come up with a goal just to win us this game. 1-0 will be enough. Time ticking away here as Emre Can's move through the middle will give us the opportunity to run in behind and get the shot away, which is again kept out by Travers. It's not going to be our day, is it? I use Emre Can's run as the dummy. It opened the space up, and the left hand of Palace's goalkeeper is enough to deny us. 10 left on the clock here, and I can't see us finding this goal. Travers will punch it away, looking for the instant effort. Oh, what a goal that is! What was I saying about us not finding the breakthrough? The keeper came far too far out of his goal to punch it, did not get a good connection, and that led to that right there. I can't quite believe the way that that ball has gone in. Look at the power, the precision on this effort. Into the bottom corner. Travers made his own problems. One touch to set ourselves. The second one to rifle it home. To be fair to him, he did have an attempt at trying to get there, but he was never going to make that. And Roy Hodgson, you can see his reaction. He's not happy. His side here haven't threatened at all going forward, but they were heading for a massive point here. 9 minutes left. Have we just won the game? Davis through to Kaputska. The offside flag remains down. The cross is a little bit deep though. Ibe will recollect the play for Palace. Great ball in! You have to be joking! Oh my goodness me! 4 or 5 goals conceded before this game. And now, with 5 minutes left to secure the 3 points, we throw it away. I can't genuinely believe what's happened here. The goal for us to go in front was unbelievable. And then this. Kasper Dolberg scores. It's 1-1. Are you seriously telling me we're having the same thing happening here that we had at Atletico? Where we just can't see out games when we've not played well and we need the result and we still can't just get it. We're 5 minutes away from securing the 3 points. I knew as soon as I recollected that and sent the cross back in and I saw Dolberg have a little bit of time and space that was going in the back of our net. So our 7th goal of the season conceded. And it comes now. Amazing. 2 minutes left. Dan James here will find the ball in towards our feet. The pass is there. The pass is there. And Greenwood has got it. 2 goals inside the last 10 minutes for United. 3 in total. You have to see this to believe it. Mason Greenwood off the bench with, I think, one of his first touches. Slots home. We've scored. We've assisted. Had a hand in both the goals. And Selhurst Park, which was momentarily bouncing with their goal to make it 1-1, is silenced again in the 90th minute. Surely we can see this out now. 3 minutes additional time here as we nick that ball away from Palace as they're trying to create one last opportunity. Get it as far away from our goal as possible, and we win a free kick in the process as well, and that is going to do it. We are 40 seconds over. Martial will send this in as soon as the header is won and saved, actually, by Travers with a very smart stop, because that was going in. And we do get a corner. Last chance for maybe one more opportunity. Sent into us near post. Kaputska will head it. Not quite clear away yet, though. Skriniar to James. James towards Emre Can. Blocked. Can will get this ball back again, but he can't find us with the pass. Full time from Selhurst Park. It's Crystal Palace 1, Manchester United 2. It was 0-0 until 80 minutes. We thought we'd won it with our volley following the corner. That was then cancelled out by Kasper Dolberg's near post header before Mason Greenwood stepped up in the 90th minute to slot home from close range. And that is going to be the end for today's episode. So let's see what that does to the table after our Everton defeat. It wasn't really convincing here, but at least we got back to winning ways. That result then keeps us in second, a point behind league leaders Liverpool. It's all changing at the top, actually, because City have fallen off slightly. They're now a point behind us. Everton, who beat us, are still in fourth. I'm not sure what kind of result they've just had. I'll have a quick look at that. Liverpool winning again there. What was Everton's game? 1-1 with City, so that's why both of those have fallen off, but it's anybody's to play for. Spurs down there in 28 as well, still very much in the mix. If we look down the list, Arsenal in 10th place. Sad sight to see for me, personally being an Arsenal fan, but hey-ho. West Ham, they are looking bleak down in 16th. Wolves, oh, what is happening to Wolves? 19th for them. That's incredible. That's just not what you want to be seeing, especially with Wolves, especially with the side that they usually have as well. But for the Europa League, I did mention it. If we beat Standard Liège, we were already through the group, and there you go, 7 points clear now. We mathematically cannot be caught by second place Vitoria, as I said it wrong in the last video, so I'm not even going to try that. But we'll see what happens with the other games there. And for us, in terms of the Carabao Cup, the quarter-final is next episode for you. It's against Huddersfield. We'll play in that one. It's a Merseyside derby between Everton and Liverpool in one of the other ties as well. Quite interesting there. The only side still left in the competition that I guess we have a relative unknown against is Chelsea, because we haven't played against them yet. Liverpool we've already faced, we beat them. Everton have beaten us, of course, but Chelsea, we're yet to play them, so that could be quite an interesting game for us. Personally, though, it's been another good episode. We've got quite a few more goals, assists added to the charts and whatnot. We'll just keep grinding out and seeing what we can do. Goal-to-game ratio is still intact, 14 in 12 Premier League games with 4 in 3 in the Europa League. And, of course, the Carabao Cup, which we played in, we didn't get anything, but we'll hope to, I guess, rectify that in the next video with the quarter-final. But if you enjoyed today's episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for all of your support on the previous one. Again, I'm going to set another like target today for a guaranteed episode tomorrow on the Monday for you. So if we can hit 300 likes, you guys are smashing at the moment with over 400, so I believe we can do this again. You will get a guaranteed another episode of My Player Career Mode out tomorrow for you all. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, enjoy the rest of your week as well. Until next time, have a great evening, and I'll see you all again soon. Adios!